This is just kind of like a haunted message that Charlie Kirk said on Steve Bannon weeks before the assassination. I think this is so interesting and sad. But take a listen.
He's trying to get out the visual and the idea of assassinating Donald Trump. This is where this is headed. I hope everyone understands. Whether it be Julius Caesar, Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., Bobby Kennedy, assassinations of major political leaders are nothing new. And yet we've kind of been immune to that for a couple of decades. We have been warning about this for months. Now, the very interesting question is, will they try to kill Joe Biden or Donald Trump? That's the interesting question. Which one right now is a bigger threat to them? And that I'll let the audience kind of ruminate on that question. But we've been warning about this for quite some months. This is why the next man up philosophy is so important, and why we wanted to do this.
By the way, this is right before Trump's assassination attempt.
Yeah.
But everything that
it was a year ago.
It rings true though.
Show with you, Steve, as a show of force, is that you take one out, 100 more appear. You take one out, 1,000 more appear. You take one out, 10,000 more appear. You take one out, we give more money. You take one out, we register more voters. You take one out, is that it only actually makes us stronger. You see, there are three different ways to analyze political movements or to categorize them. There are the fragile, the durable, and the anti-fragile. This is from Nassim Taleb, which is a phenomenal book. The fragile. The fragile is the Mitt Romney Republican Party. That is the Paul Ryan Republican Party. You say one bad word about them, they collapse, they bend the knee, they surrender, and they're relentlessly apologizing, and they're spineless. Then there is the durable. The durable is the best of the conservative movement prior to Donald Trump. That would be the conservative movement that always held on, and they put up a good fight, had some fortitude, but didn't quite have enough to be able to endure the grind or the slog of the activist regime media. And then there is the anti-fragile. I encourage everyone to read the book Anti-Fragile. In the book Anti-Fragile, Nassim Taleb argues that there are unique people, organizations, movements, restaurants, companies that actually get stronger the more pressure and opposition that is applied upon them. And when you find an anti-fragile movement, that their life force is actually what ends up being opposition. That is Donald Trump. Has anyone noticed that Donald Trump looks younger, stronger, more full of life and vitality after the indictments than before the indictments? It gives him purpose, reason of being. It gives him a telos, as the Greekers would say, or a teleological purpose for existence. This movement that we are part of right now, that historians will write about for the next 1,000 years. Let me say that again. This movement that you are part of will be written about for the next millennia. People do not remember the many movements from 400 or 500 years ago. Maybe a little bit here, English Revolution or whatever. This movement will be written about for 1,000 years. And when the history books are written, it will befuddle historians 600, 700, 800 years from now. Why is it that the people that had so much to lose, the Steve Bannons, the Peter Navarros, the Donald Trumps, they kept on doubling and tripling down? Because full of fortitude and that resolute spirit, we have the chance to influence the arc of history, as the left-winger Hegelians would always say. The arc of history always bends towards justice. How about this? The arc of history will bend back towards citizen-led government, not subjects, not slaves. And we will use this dark moment as they cart you off tomorrow, Steve, and put you in handcuffs, and we say goodbye for 123 days. For 123 days, I will work harder than I ever have my entire life. This is repulsive. This is disgusting. It is outrageous. And it is a call to action for every citizen watching right now to do more. You are not doing enough. I am not doing enough, because one of our on-field commanders is getting taken off for 123 days. What are we going to do about it?
If people cannot realize that he was a brilliant, brilliant mind. Brilliant. The facts that he knew, years, dates, authors, quotes, historical facts, like even biblical. He could recite scripture like nobody's business. He challenged people.
Yep.
This has affected so many people. I never thought that something like this would affect me so deeply. I really did not.
Yeah.
But even my son David, has not slept in 2 days. He said he keeps looking at his phone because he doesn't think it's real. And we're talking about a 36-year-old man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not alone. Normally I would feel like a weirdo that, it's like days ago that this happened and I'm still like teary-eyed over this.
Mm-hmm.
And like at the drop of a hat, I just lose it. And it's so many different reasons. It's so many different reasons that this is so painful. We lost a man of God. We lost a patriot. We lost a brilliant mind that was a representative of everything that we stand for. And he was unapologetic. And that's the most important thing, because that makes him exactly what he was just describing. That makes him that same exact type of person where it's no holds barred, 10 toes deep. He is not backing down, never did. He stood for what was right. And people did not like to hear the truth.
Yep.
They just couldn't take it.